The boy who learned. My name is Kalen, and I'm an old man now. My hair is white like the winter snow, and my steps are slow, but my mind is sharp. Even after all these years, I still remember the day a silly joke went wrong, and how it shaped my life forever. It was a long, long time ago, when I was just a boy, full of mischief and boundless energy, with a twinkle in my eye. Back then, my father, Silas, would send me to the green, rolling fields every morning to watch over his flock of fluffy white sheep. It sounds peaceful, doesn't it? And it was, for a little while. But for a lively lad like me, sitting still all day was incredibly boring. I longed to run and play with my friends, to chase colorful butterflies and roll down the steepest hills. Father Silas, with his kind but serious eyes, always said, "Kalen, you must keep your eyes peeled for the wolf. He's a sly one, swift and silent, and he'll snatch a lamb if you're not careful." He'd make a serious face, trying to impress upon me the danger. But weeks went by, and no wolf ever showed his furry face. I started to wish he would, just to make things interesting. One sunny afternoon, as the sheep dozed, a mischievous idea popped into my head. Let's liven things up, I thought, a grin spreading across my face. The silence of the fields was just too much, so I jumped up and ran as fast as my legs could carry me towards the village, my voice ringing out with all my might. "Wolf! Wolf! Wolf!" The villagers, good-hearted folks, heard my cries and dropped everything. Gareth, the strong blacksmith, grabbed his biggest, heaviest hammer, his brow furrowed with concern. Martha, the kind teacher, picked up a sturdy rolling pin, ready to defend. They all rushed up the winding hill, their faces determined, ready to scare away the beast. But when they arrived, panting and out of breath, their eyes scanning the peaceful landscape, all they found were happy, frolicking lambs. "No wolf," I burst out laughing, pointing at their worried faces. "Ha ha, fooled you all," I cried, my voice echoing across the quiet fields. But no one laughed with me. Gareth grumbled, shaking his head, and Martha sighed, her shoulders slumping. They weren't amused. A week later, the urge for mischief struck again. I did it again, this time with a bit of red berry juice smeared on my arm, pretending the wolf had bitten me. Even Gareth, who was wary after the last time, fell for it. "Ha ha, fooled you again," I shouted, feeling clever. This time, many villagers were truly angry, their faces red with frustration. I got a stern talking to from everyone, including my father, who called my humor stupid and dangerous. Then, about a week after that, as the sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery oranges and purples, a chill ran down my spine. The sheepdog suddenly barked wildly, a frantic, desperate sound, and the flock ran in a panic, bleating loudly. This time, it wasn't a joke. A real wolf, big and gray, with gleaming eyes, was among the sheep, seizing a spring lamb. My heart pounded like a drum against my ribs. Fear, cold and sharp, gripped me. "Wolf! Wolf! Wolf!" I screamed, louder than ever before, my voice raw with terror. I ran into the village, my legs burning, my voice hoarse, begging for help. "Please, this time it's true. There really is a wolf," I pleaded with Gareth, who was finishing his supper, his back to me. But Gareth just shrugged, taking another bite of his bread. Martha continued reading her book by lamplight, not even glancing up. And Edward kept polishing his metal wares, his back slightly turned, completely ignoring my pleas. No one came, not a single person. They had heard my cries too many times before, and their trust was broken. They didn't believe me, and that night, we lost a precious lamb to the wolf. That night, as I sat alone in the quiet, dark field, the cold wind whispered a harsh truth into my ears. Nobody believes a liar, Kalen, even when he's speaking the truth. It was a lesson etched into my heart, a heavy weight of regret. The reputation for silly pranks, for being The boy who cried wolf stuck with me for a long, long time, a constant reminder of my foolishness. Even now, as an old man, I sometimes hear a faint echo of Kalin, the boy who cried wolf. It taught me the true value of honesty and trust, lessons far more precious than any lost lamb. So remember, dear friends, never cry wolf unless you truly, truly mean it. For trust, once broken, is very hard to mend, and a good name is a treasure beyond measure. The shame of that night lingered, but it also fueled a quiet determination within me. I knew I had to earn back the villagers' trust, not with grand gestures, but with consistent, honest actions. I became the most vigilant shepherd the village had ever seen, my eyes constantly scanning the horizon, my ears attuned to every rustle. I helped my father with extra chores, always doing them thoroughly and without complaint. Slowly, painstakingly, my efforts began to be noticed. One afternoon, I found Martha's lost spectacles near the stream, glinting in the sun. Instead of keeping them or playing a trick, I rushed to her, holding them out with a sincere apology for my past behavior. Her surprise turned into a small, warm smile. It was a tiny step, but it felt like a giant leap towards mending what I had broken. Over the years, the whispers of "the boy who cried wolf" faded, replaced by quiet nods of respect. My early mistake, though painful, forged a character of unwavering truthfulness. I learned that trust is a fragile thing, built brick by careful brick, and that a good name, earned through honesty and integrity, is indeed a treasure beyond measure, shining brighter than any gold.